Joining BYU Sports Nation now, our second in-studio guest, senior wide receiver Mitch Mathews. We're throwing deep on the first question, Mitch. Okay, I wanted to go with your hair because your hair is on point, but we're going to do this. Are you an elite receiver, Mitch Mathews?
Oh, man, this question's been asked me a ton of times recently. Thanks to you guys, of course. So I haven't escaped it. But you know, I mean, as much as you'd like to tell everyone in the country that, yeah, of course I am, or tell all your friends, of course I am. Honestly, I have a lot to improve on, and that's how I want to answer that. I have a lot to do, and it's been a personal vendetta of mine to make that jump from last year to this year. I did some good things last year, but to me, that's not enough. And as Coach Papinga said, that I have made a jump, and I have there is that personal vendetta about me that I have to prove myself again and in a better fashion. So I want to be able to prove that, and for whoever doesn't think that I am, I guess I'll have to make a shirt for them, wear a shirt of them next year for me so I can wear it before games.
I'm getting a T-shirt with your face on it that says Elite in all caps.
Thank you. And then I'll get I'll wear his face on my shirt.
Yeah. Jerem, what's up now? Yeah.
But that'll be after next season, so I got to prove myself first.
And that was my point. Our difference was associated with timing. Spencer's saying, no, he's elite now, and I'm saying I'm ready to see the jump on the field in the games. In spring, I was very impressed, and yesterday I went and I said, you are head and shoulders above everybody else, literally with 6'6". But in the games, I think you're ready for the leap. Do you feel like you've improved to that point where you have more confidence, more ability going into the year?
Yeah, I do. Super competitive, and Taysom's super competitive, so we hold each other accountable really well. And I think that there's something about us, me and him together. Yeah, we gel really well, and we're really good friends. But there's something about us that we want to be the best. And if there's not a gap between us and everyone else, then that's not good enough. It's not just about being the best here, or it's about being the best you can possibly be. And so, yeah, if I did good things last year, I want to do great things this next year. So whether I'm elite now or not, I have no idea. It's up for people to say, but I think I have a good chance with Taysom, especially, and us two together.
I just realized you are elite because you have the top button up, my brother.
Yeah,
the top button is up.
That's right.
That's what's up. Elite.
that's what pushes him to the level? Oh, goodness. Hey, we created a nickname for you. It just kind of happened this morning. It was misspoken, but we're like, oh, that has a ring to it. You are a Mitch match. Mismatch.
I like that.
Mitch match.
I like that.
You're gonna go? Okay, is that cool?
I'll take it.
Mitch match.
I'll take that.
T-shirt ideas for days. Where's Nate Nielsen now?
Oh, hey Mitch.
I'll take it.
Question is, what do you feel like you need to do specifically to make the jump on the field?
Man, that's a good question. There's a lot of little things I'm improving on. I've gotten a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. I made a big jump this year to win every single race I possibly could in conditioning or in the sprints.
Devon Blackman told us that you did that.
So I feel like I did okay, and that was something to me. I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a little bit bigger and still maintain my speed. And I think the biggest thing, though, is making sure me and Taysom are right where we need to be. And we all know him. He's going to come back better than he ever has. Somehow, even after an injury like that, he's going to come back better. So me and him have made it very personal to set some goals and to be unstoppable. And so we're holding each other accountable for sure. And I think just that, knowing that, look, this is our last season together and we want to make the most of it, is going to make that jump for us.
Last year's model, revealed by Bronco in Miami to us, was the defense was a little young and inexperienced, but the fact that the offense was so good could probably give us a good chance to win and maybe cover some of the deficiencies of the defense at times. Do you feel like there's a similar model going forward next year?
I think we honestly have a great defense. Like I heard Coach Papinga say that we're young and they didn't have all the pieces together, but I feel like offense, we had every single person there ready to play, and a lot of veterans where they have a lot of younger guys. So I think for them, it's more about just getting experience, just being there in fall camp and all of summer. They're going to make leaps and bounds. Whereas us, we know the offense. We know what we're doing. We know exactly where we're supposed to be. And them, the guys are moving positions still, and we're setting stone on offense. So I think for those guys, it's just going to take experience, and they'll be right where they need to be.
Mitch Mathews with us on BYU Sports Nation in Studio B. Let's go back to your quarterback, Taysom Hill. He told me last week he felt like with the injury he had more time to work in the playbook, and the playbook has expanded. And he's gotten better with timing. What have you seen from Taysom as he has now made the transition between his junior and senior years in terms of getting better even while rehabbing?
I think he's just, what I've noticed about him is he's been a perfectionist. Really, he has been so sharp and so exact in how vocal he is. He's been so exact in the playbook, and every route is exactly right, to the number of steps you take in a route, to exactly the right depth in a route. And I think that, not that he didn't do that last year, but he was such a freak athlete last year, let's just make plays together, and have some timing. But this year it's, look, we know we can make plays, whether it's with his legs or in the air, but let's be exact, because the great ones are exact. So I think I've seen that from him, and that's the type of guy he is. He's going to make plays and dominate.
There's been a lot of discussion this spring, and we've talked with you about this, the competitive spirit, a little more unity. Why is that this spring? Why is the team more unified than, say, last year? Or are they?
I've told this story before, but I was here in 2009 when we went 11-2, and we had some of the best leaders: Dennis Pitta, Max Hall, Matt Bauman, Andrew Rich, those type of guys where you walk in that locker room and you know it's business. And I come home off my mission, and we went 8-5 3 years in a row. And I love the guys I played with, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's a similar connection between the guys we have now and that 2009 team. It was leadership. We've always had good athletes here. We've always had guys that can play and beat great teams, because we continue to beat great teams. But that 11-2, 12-1 type season has got to come when you have the best leaders in the right positions, when you have lots of seniors who are your best players. And I think that we have that this year. We have great vocal leaders, guys that are smart on and off the field, and that want to win really bad. And so it's fun to see, and I can make an honest connection between that 2009 season and this team now, and it's fun to see.
Christian Stewart has played a huge role in this spring. How did he help you by sticking around for the spring? I
think, with him and the receivers, there was no disconnect. He thought he was done after the ball game, but he gets that call to come back, and it was just like we were in the season again. And so it was able to help the defense because he has a cannon for an arm. The defense has to be completely ready to play with him because he can throw it deep. And it stretched the field for us. So it was so fun playing with him, and he's one of my good buddies too, and, man, he wants to win. I mean, he would have a bad day if he wasn't completing every single pass at practice. So it added that competitive spirit and that experience, which is what we needed during spring.
In the Y Awards, we mentioned that you were the dude from Kid and Play, Doppelganger. What did you think of that?
That was hilarious. I mean, I slipped a little picture of it too, so I have it with me, and that was hilarious. That was perfect. I mean, I have a little ways to go, maybe 4 more inches with his, but I need some better gel to help keep it straight up in the air.
Are you going to go higher?
I don't know. Well, so I had it so high during the season. I mean, it was honor code approved. It really was. But then it started getting so long.
If it's over the ears.
Exactly. So it started getting so long that I had to start slicking it back. So then I had it slick back for the second half of the season, and then I ended up just it was getting in the way. It was getting in my vision.
Oh, Mitch.
Hashtag elite hair. Someone used that. They mentioned the Kid and Play hairdo.
T-shirts are going to happen.
I like that. I don't mind it.
Are we going to make that BYU Sports Station elite Mitch Feather? We got to work on that.
It needs to happen. Hey, Mitch, great to have you in the studio.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
That was an elite interview.